Hello, I'm just trying to see if I can put up comments here so that I can read them. But I don't know if okay, hold on, here I am. This technical stuff is hard. I'm not very good with it. Okay. All right, I'm Christelle with Christelle's Country Creations, and this is part 2 of the barbecue wreath. Last night we did the bow for the barbecue wreath, and I'll show that to you in a second. And tonight we're going to be putting together the actual wreath. Now, I've never done all this on, live in front of anybody before, so I'm not sure how long it's going to take me or what it's going to look like when it's all done. So we'll just give it a shot and see how it works out. Okay, well, let's go ahead and we'll pan down here. So if you'll remember, or those of you that joined me last night, this is the wreath that we did last night, or the bow that we did for the wreath last night. And I still have it sitting here on my fluff box. And can you see it? Okay, yeah, hold on. Hey, Virginia, thanks for watching. There we go. Thanks for tuning in. So this is the wreath that we made last night. So I'm going to take this off of the fluff box here so that it's ready to go when we get to that point. So, all right, so we're going to put this aside and we're going to start the wreath. Now, this is a 16-inch elevated work wreath. And I have put, I took 2 pipe cleaners and I twisted them together and then I wrapped them around the center of the wreath. So, and I did this because I'm actually going to be filling in the middle because I do not want this center showing. So what I'm going to do is at the end where I put the pipe cleaner, there's a bar. And so I'm going to the bottom tie to the left, and that's where I'm going to start. So I'm just going to kind of fluff these guys up and get them ready so it's a little easier process for me. It's a jute blend mesh, and I actually got it during clearance sale, so I really thought it would look nice. So what I'm going to do first is that I'm just going to gather my ends together, and I let my mesh just fall to the floor. So that's how I do it. All right, hey Pam. Hi Mama, how are you tonight? So I connect that to that tie, and then I always fasten the very end with a zip tie so that I know for sure this isn't going to come apart on anybody and that it'll stay together for years. Because wreaths will last a good long time if they're not outside in the elements. All right, so we are going to do 10 to 12 inch. I dropped it the wrong direction. Hold on. 10 to 12 inch poofs. And we're going to be doing some rolls too. So you can measure 10 to 12 inches each time if you want. I tend to find a spot on my arm and just use the spot on my arm as my reference point. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go to the next tie to the right, lay it in there, and you're pushing it up against the bar in the armpit of the tie and you're pulling the ties tight and giving it a good twist. And then you're going to fluff up the poof you just made. So we're going to continue that process, going all the way around the bottom. And then we're just going to fluff these up as we go. And there's usually 18 ties on these. So we've got lots of fun stuff to put in these tonight. We'll see if it all turns out. I'm kind of afraid it's not going to turn out and y'all are going to be like, oh my gosh, what was she thinking? But we'll see how it goes. You can always start over. You can always take them apart. Don't be afraid to jump in and do it, because you can always start over. And my computer, I cannot see anything on there right now. Okay. We're going to continue to go here. So I live in the country, and I'm always worried that my Wi-Fi, thanks Pam, Mom, feels funny calling you Pam. So I'm always worried that our internet, I usually pull them down so they're out of my way. That's just a little, kind of like a ticky thing that I have. It's not necessary, you don't have to. Barbecue to you yet, but hopefully by the end of this it will be. So there's quite a bit of delay on my computer. I don't know how I haven't quite figured out all the ins and outs of this delay from the time that I do this to the time I see myself on my page. I don't know, is that normal? Does everybody else have that? I'm not sure. So for those of you, I am part of a is her Facebook page, and then she has a design group, LJ's Design, or the Loft, LJ's Loft. Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh my gosh, I think I just messed that up. Well, Valerie, tell me if I messed it up, will ya? Anyway, there was a challenge given to us to do a live 7 days in a row. So I was really nervous because I've never actually made wreaths in front of y'all. And if you knew how many times I tore apart a wreath, you'd laugh at me. But I figured, oh well, I'm amongst friends and customers and loved ones and family. And everybody makes mistakes, and sometimes you go to make something and it just doesn't turn out. So this is the last around the work wreath frame. So I am going to come back to the first one that I started on, and I'm going to just put the regular size poof in there. And I'm going to pull tight and give a good twist. So we've gone all the way around. Hey Mandy, how are you? How are all your beautiful wreaths? So we've gone all the way around. Okay, now we're back to where that, remember that bar that I put in here? We are going to be utilizing that bar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a zip tie here. I'm going to pull this poof down so I can see the bar. And I'm going to put this zip tie in under here, crossing the bar, and then I'm going to lay my mesh in there, and then I'm going to zip tie this tight so that it doesn't come undone. And then we'll just clip off this bit here. Okay, so now we're going to still take our measurement, same measurement, And we're actually going to, hold on, let me grab a couple of these. Oh, I twisted a bit because I came up here. Same measurement. You're going to come in about 3 inches or so, 3.5, 4 inches. And I'm going to take a half a pipe cleaner. Let's see. Go under, come up, and give a good few twists. Pull it tight and give a couple of twists. And then I take the ends and push them towards the back. So we're just going to repeat that process a couple of more times. We're going to actually do 4 how full it is. So we're just wrapping this around, giving it a good few twists toward the back. So measuring, placing, zip tie, and it doesn't matter what color the zip tie is because you won't see it, because I think I have a pink one here that I'm going to be using. And then one last one. And when I do this last one, I'm going to do the same thing that we did in the beginning. So I'm going to come down, bring this down, come down to the bar, put my pipe cleaner under the bar and across the pipe cleaner bar in the middle, bring it up here, and give it a good few twists, like 3 or 4. Okay, and then we're just going to push those towards the back. Hi, Laura. Oh, you need another, Mandy, you need another one? That's awesome. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. And then I'm just going to fluff these babies back out. Sorry about that. I was trying to get that thing to show. You can't see your comments? Well, I don't know. I'm actually kind of frozen. Hold on. Let me... Sorry, this techie stuff is so hard. Let me come back to my page here and see if I can find myself and see if there's something I can do to get the comments back up. Okay. I am seeing the comments now. Let me see. Let me scroll up here. Yeah, there is a lag. I'm sorry. Can you see your comments now? Oh, is it your computer maybe? Well, I'm hoping that we don't have problems with our internet out here. I'm really hoping that we don't. We live in the country also. We may. All right, and then after you put that tie in, I'm going to actually take a zip tie and go back over it to make sure that it does not come out. Because this end we will be cutting off. So whenever you cut it, you want to make sure it just does not come off. So okay, and pull that tight. I don't know about y'all. The older I get, my hands just don't want to. I used to have really strong hands because I was a cop for a long time. So I had strong hands, and you just want to cut it off a couple of inches from the end, and then you will fluff out, stick it underneath there, fluff that back up. And then fluff all these. And you've got a filled in center. Okay, fun, right? Great, that went pretty well. So what we're going to do now is we are going to add our ribbons. So, and I've dovetailed all my ribbons. I saved a couple here. So I could show you how I do my dovetail. I usually don't put more than 2 together, but I fold them in half, making sure their ends are together, and going away from yourself all the way out to the end, and then that's how you get your dovetail. So I'll show you a couple more times here in case you're new and don't know how to do the dovetails. Cutting away from you all the way to the end. Oh, my scissors are about ready to go. So there you've got your dovetail. And then the same thing with the 1.5 inch. Same thing, you fold it, keep your line up your ends, and then just cut. If you keep your your ends together straight, then your dovetail should be pretty straight. You know how sometimes they get all wompy and one, and that's wise because we don't keep our, like this one. Okay, that's a little wompy. So I'm going to fold it again, and I'm just going to, now they're the same. So these are the ribbons we're going to be using. Some of them you might recognize from the bow last night, and I think this is how I'm going to do it. So in every other tie we are going to put these. So you just start off with whichever one, put them together, find the middle, and then you're going to bend it, and bend it really good, and you just start somewhere. And you're going to open up your tie. I mean, you don't open it. You just open it. I mean, like, don't undo it. And you put it up against that bar in the armpit there and give it a good twist. Because you don't want that coming out. Now, I've taught some classes where some ladies didn't do that, and their bows start to come out. So, and then I just pull, and I really mess with these later, because otherwise me moving it around and stuff, it gets all smushed again. So, and then we just continue that process of finding center. Hi Diana. Hi Crystal. Now do you say Crystal or Crystal? And Shelly, hey Shelly, nice to see you. Or see your comments, I guess I'm not seeing y'all. Straighten out the end bits up there close to the tie and just pull them out. And then later we'll go through and we'll make those how we want them. This one side was a little shorter. And if that happens, you just pull through until they're the same size. Okay, so every other tie. That is not every other one. Okay, so you just gather and then bend, find that next tie, place that in the armpit, and I don't know, there's probably a better term than armpit, but then you just give a good couple twists. And then I just flatten it up there by that armpit, and then I pull it out straight. And then we just keep doing that process around the whole wreath. If anybody is interested, the ribbon that I have, oh, thank you. It's like one of my favorite places to shop. I didn't dare go online today, even though they opened up. I don't need to go and spend lots of money, but did anybody else go out shopping on Craft Outlet today? Thanks, Laura. I appreciate you so much. The comments that you see from Laura Jean's Wreath Room, she's my mentor and designer in our design group. She is wonderful. She does tutorials. She's there for us when we need us. She shares our creations and our lives and things. Like I said, she does have a design group that you pay a monthly subscription for. It's not expensive. It's like $20 a month, and you get so much more. I mean, it just makes a difference when you've got someone there who can just tell you what you're doing wrong or tell you what you're doing right or just encourage you. I mean, and the ladies in our design group are wonderful. Everybody tries to watch everybody's lives and they all encourage each other. It's a nice community. You know, we're all in the same business, so you might think that since you're all in the same business, you don't want to be sharing each other's stuff. But there's so many people out there and so many different styles and stuff. I don't think any of us are afraid to share or recommend anybody. Because if I don't have something you like, I'm sure one of the other gals does. You know what I mean? So it's a nice sense of community. Yes, Kimberly, there's room for all of us out there. Yes. Oh, Valerie's shopping Craft Outlet. Look out! Look out! I swear I can't get out of there without spending, well, I'm not even going to say, but I just, and it's behind me and whatnot, but you just don't. Like, I'm trying to prepare for a watermelon wreath that I might make tomorrow, and I cannot find 1.5 inch ribbon in my supply that I really want to do with the watermelon wreath. And so I'm like at a dilemma. I should go on Craft Outlet and see what I need, but I don't want to. Okay. All right, so one more on the bottom, and then we're going to go up to the top and do the same thing. And there's so much talent out there, so many different ideas. We can all have the same supplies, and everybody comes up with just an amazing design of their own. It's crazy. You would think there wouldn't be so many ideas out there, you know, but there are. I mean, these ladies are amazing. They've got such talent. Okay, so we've done all of them on the bottom, so now we're going to head up to the top. I know, Kimberly. I know. Every time, yep, it seems like I never have what I need. And I've got to go buy something else. And of course, you don't just go and get what you need. At least I don't. You know, you don't go and get exactly what you need. While you're there, there's always this, I don't know, epiphany. Oh, I can make this and this and this out of that. I know, you know, maybe they think, you know, expensive, but it takes a lot of money to make these wreaths. Do it because you love it, because you need an outlet for your creativity. You don't do it because you're going to be rich. You know, I'm grateful if I can, you know, keep doing what I do. We are going to go back through and fix these ribbons, but I don't do it right now because every time I I turn it and stuff and it like hits me and the ends curl and stuff, and so I just wait until the end to fix them all exactly how I like them. Yeah, all the extras. Oh yeah, the minimum, or well, you gotta, with Craft Outlet, they have like free shipping on it. A lot of these, I guess, places will have free shipping if you spend, so much. And so I'm always like, well, I need to get free shipping because I don't want to pay for shipping. I would rather buy, $40 worth of more stuff and get free shipping than pay $40 to ship it. And that just leads to more buying and more buying. So, free shipping, yes. Buy and get the free shipping. Craft Outlet box comes. It's like one of my favorite times of the year. One time, I live out here in the country, a little ways from town, and one day I was just waiting and waiting, and my box was supposed to be delivered, and it was never delivered. And call FedEx, and I'm like, hey, the guy wasn't here today, and what happened? And I was like, I know it comes and delivers and stuff all the time, and filling in for that guy because he was on vacation or whatever, and miles south of me, almost exactly south of me, and he admitted that he probably messed up our addresses and left the box there. Well, I wanted to get my stuff because, so here I am at this house and I'm looking at these boxes on their front porch. There's 2 huge boxes, and I'm looking, I rang the doorbell, of course, first. Oh, hey, Don, welcome. So anyway, of course the people come home when I'm snooping on the box trying to find and make sure it's my name on the box. Okay, so now we've done that. So that's kind of like where we're at so far. And now we're going to add some rolls. So what we did was it was called puffs, okay? And these are called rolls. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be placing these rolls in between thicker wreath, because everybody knows I like a thick, full wreath. So, but before I start placing them, I'm going to show you how I make those rolls. And I just have 2 here. So I've got this little, it's the bows with it occasionally, but not very often. So I'm going to show you, I use this to hold my rolls because I can't hold and roll at the same time. So this is mesh. This is fabric mesh. This one is fabric. And then this is snowball mesh. It's kind of regular mesh that's got these little. So, and what I've done, and they're 10 inches long, and I've cut them 10 inches. So it's basically a square. So all you're going to do is after you cut that, then you're just going to roll them up. You're just going to roll them up into a roll, and then I just place it in there to hold it. So just grab it and roll it. And you don't have to roll it real tight. You don't want it real loose though either. And then last one. Okay, so then I hold it like this, and then I do kind of an X. An X going this way, and an X going this way, and it looks like that. And I've got strays. I can't stand that. Ugh. You guys probably can't see them on the camera, but it frays, mesh frays. It is just the nature of the beast. There's really no way around it. And then I'm going to take a half a pipe cleaner, Yes, Lisa, paper mesh. Yeah, some of it's paper mesh. Hey, Wendy. Wow, long time. I hope you're well. Asia on there, everybody, is my daughter, my oldest. But yeah, the deco mesh is called Snowball, I believe. And I got them all from Craft Outlet. So after you put the pipe cleaner across, you're going to just bring your hand really hard and squeeze. And then you're just going to twist these pipe cleaners so that they stand up a little bit like that. So that's how you make rolls. And I'll just do one more. I've done 10. You can do as little as 6. You can do from 6 to 10, and I just see how nice and full it is. I kind of like it with 10 more because it's really stiff and poofy. It really stands up. Okay, again, you're just taking your first one, and then you're creating an X with the other 2. And you don't have to do 3 in your rolls. You can do, 1 or 2. It doesn't really matter. It's just the desired effect. So then I just put this around, grab the ends on the back, bring my hand over my hand, and then squeeze and twist. You want that really tight, and it makes them stand up. Okay, so now we have all of our rolls done. So what we're going to do is you're going to get in here, and you see in there, you can see the frame. These are going to be attached to the center bar. Okay, so you're going to have that bar in there. You're going to pull this tight. Okay, so that's basically what I'm doing, but I'm not going to, then that's the effect that you get. So when everything's kind of good and fluffed out, it just has a fun effect. So, and you just place them. I like to place them so that they kind of touch each other. So, and I usually end up doing 10. So I just keep turning this around, opening them up, placing it, give some twists. And I'm not very graceful, so it just has to fix it later. I'm just being disaster most of the time. Thanks, Asia. Oh, yeah, definitely. I'll see you later, Laura. Thanks for hanging in for a little bit. All right. So we're still just placing. Y'all, when I make a wreath for y'all, those of you that get my wreaths, it takes me like 2 to 3 hours usually. I'm going to do for sure until I actually see it all come together. Hi, Johnny and Tina. Is it Johnny or Tina watching? All right. So we're just adding rolls in here if you're just tuning in. And I put them enough apart so that they still kind of touch. And I'm putting 10. And these are what the rolls look like. And we're putting them on the middle bar, a work wreath. And one more. kind of looks like a terrible mess until you get everything figured out. These will stand up instead of kind of go out. But we'll fix all that in the end. All right, because now we're going to get to the messy bit where everything gets smushed and distorted. We are going to add the signs. Okay. Hey, Thea. Thank you. Chesterfield, Virginia. Flo, hello, welcome. Oh, hey, Suzanne. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, so now we're going to be placing signs. We will fix all those ribbons in a bit. So these are the signs that I have. So I'm thinking, and I've got one bow to put in. So I am thinking, now I left, usually I'll take this bit off, but I kind of thought that that was cool. So I may leave it on if it looks good, or I'll take it off later if it doesn't look so good. But on the back of these, I've stapled some wire, and it's just like 22 gauge wire is what I'm using. And I want to secure this one in 3 places. And then I put holes in this one on the sides, and then just added wire to it. So it'll be nice and secure wherever I put it. Now, adding signs is kind of the most pain in the bum. So I'll have to stand up here so I can see. So, see if I can get this in here. That one at an angle. Actually, I want that different. So, and let me kind of throw this in there too. So this is our bow. And I want my bow about there. So, I think we're going to do it about, I really want you to be able to see Bless This Barbecue. I'm going to bring this down a little bit, I think, and I'm going to let it hang down. What do you think? Mobile, Alabama. Hi, Kath. The ribbon for this was purchased at Craft Outlet. All of it was. Except the wire was bought at Hobby Lobby in their wired ribbon section. So that's where I got that. Hi, Suzanne. Cheryl, hello. Thank you. I think this is the look I'm going to go for. So I kind of know where I want things placed. So I'm going to take that off of there. And you're just going to go down into what you're going to be adhering these wires to is that top wired row, the row that the actual ties were attached to. So I don't go down any further than that, but I just attach them there. So I put one wire on one side and one wire on the other side, and then I twist them together down there. Sometimes I wrap them around and I just have one wire. It just depends. The ribbon was at Craft Outlet. There was one ribbon. Let's see. One ribbon I got at, I'll have to go. The wired ribbon was Hobby Lobby. So when you attach it, you don't want it to be too tight because you don't want it to smush everything, but you want it to be in there nice and secure so it's not going to move for people. So I'm just going to turn this. I'm going to do this other side before I do the top. And, you know, don't worry. Sometimes you're going to go down right in the mesh. Just poke that wire right through all that mesh. The thing that's important is getting one wire on one side of that bar down there and one wire on the other so that you can secure it. And then just go underneath and give it a few twists. Excuse me. I haven't really talked this much in a while, I don't think. Okay, and then this center one, let me get a drink. The center one, we're going to just adhere also. Is it hot down there in Georgia yet? We spent some time down in Biloxi, Mississippi for 8 months once. Okay, missed it. Hold on. This part is really quite irritating. If I could prepare this bit ahead of time, I totally would. Hey, Alicia. She's my sister. Sarah's my sister-in-law. Hey, Karen. Near 90. Wow. Oh, thanks, Charlotte. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind sharing and liking my page, that would be so awesome, y'all. I am trying to get my business going here. I sell mostly locally, but I'd like to get out there a little bit more, and I'm going to start doing more stuff online. Okay, so we got the... Now we're going to do... You can't buy happiness. So... I'm going to keep it about like that. And I'm sorry, y'all, this part is so boring. I know. It's really frustrating for the wreather, though, because you're trying to get it and you want it to stay. And unless you do this bit right, it's not going to stay. It's going to droop or sag. Some people like flip their wreath over and do it. It always moves on me and does not in the place I want it to be at. Oh, Addie. Hi, Addie. Addie is my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter. Okay, this is like so. And you just got to move stuff out of the way, get off so that it's in a position that you want it. And what really stinks is sometimes you got to take it apart and redo it if it's not really what you wanted. Okay, this one, I think we're just going to adhere in 3. I'm actually going to take this bit and wrap it around the bar so it doesn't move. So you just adhere things to whatever you need to. And then sometimes go back through and clean it up. Okay. That I'm going to adhere down here. Actually, I'm going towards the center again. All right. Gosh, this is painful, y'all. Sorry. Hi, John. Did you have a birthday the other day I saw? I'm sorry I didn't say happy birthday. Technology and me aren't real good friends. I know to build my business, but it just kind of like kills me because I can read for so long and then I get nauseous. It's just part of my brain injury. All right, that's kind of what I was going for. I'm going to push it over just a tad. There we go. All right. So yesterday, I am going to stick the wire. Now, a lot of everything else I put on something and then I twist the ends. But this, I separate and I'll wrap this wire around a position and then this wire around a position. And to make sure that the bow is not going to move. So, I'm going to stick the wires down in all this fluffiness. And I want my bow about there. So now I'm going to feel down here and see if I can find my wires. Okay, great. I found them. And around the top bar over here. Oh, Suzanne. Oh, you're welcome. It's nice to see everybody's different techniques for sure. And there's no right way or wrong way to do it as long as it gets done. Some ways, you know, I see and I'll try to copy what other people do, and then I kind of resort back to how I started doing them. You gotta go, sis. Love ya. Okay. One fastened. And then the other one. Sorry, you guys. But this has to get done right here, or it is not going to look right. Okay. All right, so that's what we got going on so far. And it'll hang kind of like this. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, John. So, but we're not really done yet because we have a couple of other things we want to add. So I've got these hearts here that I got, and I'm thinking that I want to put one about there. And so when you're building something, you kind of want to go across from each other. I think that might turn. I have to turn just a little bit. So I might put this one here. And you just put it in. I'll hot glue it if I like it. So, nope, maybe more here. So this part is just about whatever looks good to you. And then actually, I think I want to put this one down here. We'll see. So I made these chicken wire bows. And I thought I might put them in. I'm not sure if I will, but I made them ahead of time because I didn't want you all to have to wait on me so much longer. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Sarah. Thank you. So we might just add a couple of more bits to add a little more contrast or a little more chicken wire to it, but I'm not sure. Y'all, when you see this on my Facebook page tomorrow, it might look a little bit different than it does tonight. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not. Oh, maybe I'll do this. What if I do this? Hold on. Let me see. I might like this. And I do like working with chicken wire. You just got to be careful with it. I don't know. I don't think I'm loving that. Let me see. What do you think? So I'll think about that. I'm not sure it's going to stay. But so the last thing is to go through now, and I will dovetail all of my ribbons like we talked about earlier. And then I will separate my ribbons and I'll pull them out straight because I like them to kind of come out straight. I don't want them to curve or anything. I want them all out straight. So, but that's going to take quite a bit of time getting all those done. And I don't want to take up that much more of your time. And if I like these hearts, then I will hot glue them in. Maybe more here. So if I like it, I'll hot glue it and put it all together. But this is what I'm coming up with for tonight. So I'm going to pan up the camera because I don't know if you can see the whole thing. So my husband is helping me with everything. So, oh, there went that bit. Hold on, let me see if I can put it back in. Like I said, if I like that there, then I will hot glue it, and I will definitely show a picture tomorrow on my Facebook page. But this is our barbecue wreath with chicken wire. So, what do you think? Is it all right? Thank you, Suzanne. Hey, Adelia. Hey, Kathleen. Anyway, and I'll put it on my Etsy page tomorrow. Like I said, I'll dovetail all my ends, except obviously you do not want to dovetail these ends. I'll fold all those under so that nobody gets scratched with it. So, but I'll take a picture tomorrow on my wall, and I want to thank you all for joining me tonight, and hopefully it was a good hour well spent. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to stay. Anyway, hopefully it was a good hour well spent. I hope that you were able to learn something or kind of understand the process of going through and making these wreaths. I will show you something real quick. So like I said, this is a 7-day challenge, so I have to go live for 7 days. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Valerie. Thanks, John. I'm going to show you tomorrow. I've never done this before. I've never made a flamingo wreath. I live in Colorado. But Hobby Lobby gets all these flamingos in, and they're so wonderful and so cute and so fun. So, tomorrow, we are going to be doing a bow for a flamingo wreath that I'm making. So we're going to be using all of these things. So the little flamingo there, all these so cute ribbons. Don't know if we'll be using all the ribbons or not, but I always, you know, throw them all in there. So I've got about 8 different ribbons that I'm looking at. I've got these fabulous leaves for the wreath, right? But tomorrow's just going to be the bow. So tomorrow night at 5 Mountain Standard Time, we're just going to be doing the bow. So, and then tomorrow we will work on, or the day after tomorrow, then we'll do the wreath. But how fun is this? I got all these cute, look at these. Look at those things. Aren't they so, they're so cute. They're napkin ring holders, but we always utilize things for something else. And then I've got all these different kinds of mesh that we'll be using. But so if you're interested in a flamingo wreath or watching me do one for the first time, tomorrow we'll be making the bow, and then the day after we'll be making the wreath. So thank you for tuning in. Thanks Valerie and John, Sarah, Karen, Pam, everybody who has watched me tonight. Please like and share my page. And thank you for all your comments. And I will have this wreath up on my Etsy page tomorrow. If you're local, then you want to message me, because if you live in Greeley, then I can deliver it and you don't have to pay the shipping. So take care. Thank you for stopping in. And I just love y'all so much. Thank you. See you later.